Nutritional value of breadfruit, popularly called okwa in Igbo. How to actually cook okwa or cook breadfruit without adding it potash. You see, breadfruit is one of the most important and wonderful food that God blessed the world with, particularly Africa. Do you know that half cup of it, let's say this cup, half of it, will actually give you 25% of daily fiber requirement that every human being requires to succeed. Apart from that, it is full of protein, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and it contains both different types of vitamins, especially niacin and thiamine, which are vitamin B1 and vitamin B3. Do you know that breadfruit is full of B-carotene and lutein, which are very, very good for your eyes? These things are not found in rice and potatoes, that is also very good source of strength to us. But there is one particular problem that breadfruit have. It's not easily cooked to paste unless or cooked or done without adding it potash or any softener, and those potash and softeners are very, very dangerous to health and goes to a long way to alter the nutritional value. But by God's grace, in today's video, I will not only tell you more detailed information about the nutritional value of breadfruit, I will actually teach you how you can cook it simply without adding it potash or any softener, but you eat it naturally and eat it and get all the nutritional value intact. If only you will follow me to the end of today's video, I'll teach you that. So please, why not first of all give this video a thumbs up and help YouTube algorithm shift it to those other people that need this information. So welcome once again to Jenny Action TV. In this particular channel, I'll discuss three important variables, which are actually health, safety, and spirituality. Believe me, if you can understand and apply these three correctly in your life, the sky will not be your limit, it becomes your starting point. If this is the very first time you're landing in this channel, you're highly welcome. Please do well to hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification so that YouTube will always notify you once I upload a new video. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. For my new timers, if you are searching for any video, all you need to do is go to the search button in YouTube, type Jenny Action TV, select the keyword of the video you are looking for. For example, health. You see some other videos are made about health benefit of certain things. You watch and get some value. So without actually wasting your time, let's delve into the video of today. This is breadfruit, one of the most wonderful African food, full of nutrients. Just that one of the disadvantage in cooking this food is that sometimes it is very difficult for it to cook well without adding potash. But that potash and its lives are very, very dangerous to health. By God's grace, I will show you how I have figured out to actually cook it, and it will be done completely without any form of potash. So what do I do first? I'm going to wash it thoroughly. Then after washing it, I'll show you what next I will do. And then I'll cook it JJ without potash, enjoy all the nutrients, and live healthy. I need to wash it very well twice to make sure that there's no atom of dirt. Some of these particles of the bark that is there doesn't really matter. They are part of fiber that helps to digest. In fact, some people actually cook it with the entire bark, but I would not like to leave the entire bark. So it's not a must that you will continue picking it until no atom of the bark. The bark actually contains lots and lots of nutrients. Like I used to tell you, nothing is a waste. Those ones we call a waste are even one of the most important aspects of any product you see. That is why the animals we give it hardly fall sick. But human beings that eat the ones they think are the most precious are the ones that fall sick and sometimes even die. But for us in this channel, death is very, very far away. Aging is curable. Death is by choice for us. So you make sure you pick it out very well and avoid any form of sand. So while the breadfruit is still inside the water, where I'll wash it and finally put it in the pot that I will need to boil it with, then I need to put water in the pot with my initiative according to the quantity of the breadfruit, and then put it on fire and start boiling it first. The water will boil very well. I add salt to it before I will think of ever adding my breadfruit. So let me cover it, put it on top of the gas while it starts boiling. I'm using my phone to record this video. So that is why I might not be showing you gas like that, because going to the gas with phone is very, very deadly. So that's by the way. The next thing I will do is to wash out this particular breadfruit inside a sieve. See my sieve, so that all the water will be draining out, because I actually need the only that water that is completely boiling to pour the breadfruit. So if I begin to gather the breadfruit from the water and pour it immediately without allowing all the water to sieve out, all the cold water, it means that I'll be diluting the water, which will make it a little bit difficult for the breadfruit to be done without adding a potash. And what I want to achieve is cooking breadfruit without potash, because potash, and it's like the one Igbos call ngo, is not actually the best for our health. So we must avoid it at all costs. Though it has some spiritual benefits, but physically, for health-wise, it's not good for consumption. It will change completely the nutritional content of the food, and you'll be more of eating something that is harmful to the body instead of something that is beneficial. So this is the breadfruit, one of the most wonderful food Africa have. It's my best food anyway. Can cook it in any way. Can just cook only it and with salt and eat it like that. You can cook it porridge. You can cook it and sieve out the water separate, drinking the water separate and eating. Anyhow you eat it, the most important thing is this breadfruit and the water that give you enormous health benefit. But when you are eating it, you hardly fall sick. So as soon as the water is boiling, I'll add salt, cover it to boil like 2 minutes. The salt that is enough to cook that quantity of breadfruit, of which you know that I don't need to put much salt. Having put salt inside that particular pot, the next thing I will do is to carry this JJ, go and pour it in that particular pot of salt water that is boiling. So long as that salt water have boiled like 2 minutes inside that water, when you cook this breadfruit, it will completely become soft without using any form of potash. The next thing I will actually do is to peel this my onions and add. All you need to do is to cut these onions and add when you have cooked it like 20 minutes. After the next 10 minutes or thereabout, depending on how strong your breadfruit is, like that my own is dried one that is preserved, because you can actually buy a quantity of it, preserve it by drying it, and then keep it and be eating at an interval instead of buying all the time. Or you can actually freeze it, any one that is best for you. So the next thing is actually to peel onions and then add it to it. Another thing I normally like to add is African nutmeg, but I just shaked where I normally keep it. I didn't know that my children have actually finished using it. So I would have pound African nutmeg and add. Yeah, then the next thing is to also pound my pepper and crayfish. With the quantity of the fruit, one pepper, just this one pepper is enough. Pepper don't have much health benefit. Too much of everything is bad. Then I put my crayfish inside my mortar and pestle, then pound it. So the next thing is actually to get out the pounded crayfish and pepper. I will use water to rinse. I'll simply go now and pour inside the pot that is already boiling. Remember to use spoon and turn the content very well to mix inside all the breadfruit when you pour it. The aroma is everywhere. I can't wait. As you can see, it is done. So the next thing is dishing it out for eating. So here we go. You can actually cook and eat African breadfruit without adding it any form of softener like potash, because they are not good for health and they reduce the nutritional value of this wonderful food that God has given unto us. That when you are eating it, you are very healthy, and it's very good for people that are getting old. It is anti-aging food. So, but one of the dangers that we do to it is adding potash. But this one was made without actually adding any single potash inside it. So let's see how it goes. So tasty, except that it lacked one thing that I love so much, and that is exactly my dear African nutmeg. So next time I'll be cooking it, I'll add African nutmeg. Nutritional value of breadfruit. You see, breadfruit, is highly nutritious. It's very, very good for the aged. It is anti-aging. First of all, cardiovascular health. Breadfruit is excellent source of potassium, and as a result of this, it is heart friendly. It stabilizes your blood. It helps to reduce high blood pressure and also reduces the rate at which the heart maximizes sodium, and as a result, it is very, very good for your muscles and skeletal bodies, and it lowers cholesterol. Again, it helps the body to develop resistance to infection as a result of high concentration of antioxidants. It is a good source of carbohydrate, healthy one at that matter, and it provides the main source of energy to the body. Just that quantity you see me cook, which is just 2 cups, one of it contains actually 60 grams of carbohydrate, though I shared it with my daughter. So in other words, I have gotten at least more than 60 grams of carbohydrate. That is daily requirement for carbohydrates or energy that I needed for the day. And it's very good for those that are athletes and those that likes to go to gym, because it will provide you the basic energy you needed for the day. It helps a lot in weight management. Do you know that the high content of fiber in breadfruit actually helps to inhibit the rate at which glucose is absorbed in the body? As a result of it, it helps to reduce the rate at which anybody can actually develop diabetes. In fact, one of the things that make me love breadfruit so much is that I notice that when you are constantly eating breadfruit with your family, though it is costly, you notice that you hardly fall sick. I've also confirmed this from the woman that supplies this to me. She told me that one man that almost every time this man will come and be buying it in quantity and so on and so forth, that one day the man now told him that since they are eating this breadfruit like 3 times at least a week, that hardly has any of the children fall sick, that it's better he spend his money in food than spending it on drugs. My dear, breadfruit might be costly, but you need to spend your money in quality health food, because it guarantees us life without pills or life without drugs. Do you also know that the high content of fiber in breadfruit actually aids digestion? And for the fact that it aids digestion, constipation is not part of your problem. Your bowel movement will always be smooth. Again, it will now help in proper functioning of the bowel and intestine, because a lot of energy is in this bowel where you see. That is where the energy to manifest any good thing actually starts. So you can't afford not to keep it healthy. Acidity, the level of acidity in the body, because once the body is in high acidic state, sickness is inevitable. That is why I talk about alkalizing your body. When your body is in alkaline state, I made that wonderful video on how you use peels of pineapple to put your body in alkaline state. Sickness will be very far away from you. It helps to resist the rate at which you can actually a kind of have ulcer, because it helps to remove a lot of toxins from the glut. Do you know that every sickness actually starts from dirty glut and dirty colon? When your colon is always clean, falling sickness is very, very difficult. And you know that breadfruit protects our colon muscles, and then because it protects our colon muscles and membrane, it is very, very difficult for us to fall sick. And also it helps to prevent cancer. So all this terminal disease will be very far from you when you like eating breadfruit and always eating breadfruit. Are you aware that breadfruit have high content of omega-3 and fatty acids? And this high content of omega-3 and fatty acids helps to develop your brain and mind. And that is why it's very good for people that are getting old, because they are the people that have high level of a kind of mental loss that lead to Alzheimer's disease and apparently Parkinson. You see their body shaking when they want to pick anything. But constant eating of breadfruit will help them not to develop Alzheimer's as well as Parkinson. And you know that it's very, very good for a kind of your dental health. When you are eating toasted or roasted or fried breadfruit, it helps your teeth to be very strong. It also helps to prevent skin inflammation because of the rate at which it reduces the overproduction of nitric acid in the body. And again, drinking breadfruit water like me right now, the breadfruit water actually helps to tone your skin and make your skin to be very, very fluffy, rejuvenating, and good looking in appearance. It has high content of vitamin C, which actually provide elasticity of the skin. It encourages new cell growth, just exactly what stem cell also does in body. In other words, when certain cells are damaged in the body, breadfruit have a way of helping new cell growth. It reduces and cures any form of skin infection. So when you like breadfruit, like me, I can't afford not to eat breadfruit at least twice a week. Believe me, you don't need to go and spend your money trying to look for whatever you use to treat your skin. Your skin will just be glowing naturally. Again, it helps to nourish your hair. For those that want to have long hair, breadfruit is one thing that you needed. It treats dandruff, itchiness, and hair breakage. Because of the good source of omega-3 and fatty acid that is present, it now helps to naturally condition your hair, make your hair to grow, make sure that your hair is free of dandruff and any form of unnecessary inflammation of the scalp. Breadfruit is such a natural food with high concentration of lots and lots of versatile food nutrients that you cannot afford to do without. You can cook it in different ways. You can cook it porridge. You can even cook it eat it without any single nutrient. You drain the water and cook it like that. It's one of the food that you can actually cook very fast, and then maybe within 30-35 minutes you are done. Even cook it without ingredients, and yet you get the best out of it. And so if I begin to explain everything that breadfruit does in the body, this video will not end. And as you can see, I've been trying to make shorter videos. That thing I did in the kitchen is actually you first of all boil the water and let it be boiling. And then when it starts boiling, without adding anything yet, you boil clean water that you're going to use to cook it. Add salt. Let that salt boil like 2 to 3 minutes inside that water. Then pour the breadfruit. When you pour the breadfruit, wash it. It will cook between a kind of 20 to 30 minutes. and then shake it. If it is about to be done to an extent, cut onions and first of all put. When you cut onions and put, then if there is any other thing you want to put, because you can actually do without putting any other ingredients inside breadfruit and still get the best out of it, then you can now maybe add oil, and then you can actually add African nutmeg, which is one of the best thing I like eating breadfruit with. And then you can pound your pepper and crayfish, and then also add the oil. I mean, it can be groundnut oil, it can be red oil, and again, to get it in a paste form, like some people will like it, especially if you have aged women and men in a kind of family that their teeth is no longer strong. You can actually sieve out the water and keep separately, and pour the breadfruit that you have already cooked and pound it inside the mortar and pestle to make it a paste. And then inside that mortar and pestle that you're pounding it, you will add onions. You pound onions first and now add it, and then add red oil, mix all of them together and dish it out like you have in this picture. Believe me, when you start eating breadfruit, you will say bye-bye to sickness. How your body, your skin, and everything will be, people will be asking you, what is your secret? But they don't know that the secret is just lies in the nature, what God has created. So with this, I've actually come to the end of today's video, believing that somebody has actually found value. If you're one of them, why not give this video a thumbs up? Subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Hit the bell notification so as to get my next upload. Comment on this video. Share this video and channel to everyone. I'm actually be helping a lot of people. As you do so, may God bless you, honor you, and cause you to ride upon the high places of this earth. Please don't forget to come and join me and relish this breadfruit.